So it was warm at camp today. We were gonna hike one of the trails by the campground. But it got real warm real quickly. So one of the great things about this campground is it's a great central location for a bunch of day trips. And we're at where?
Osha Trail right outside of Cloud Croft.
Osha Loop Trail. So it's, I don't know, like
maybe Osho.
Osho. 15 degrees cooler here.
Oh yeah.
It's much nicer for a hike.
Hi.
White sands.
Thanks, but I smell it.
What do you smell?
Butterscotch.
And what smells like butterscotch?
Ponderosa pine.
Ponderosa pines.
Yeah, it's faint, but it's there.
All right, people. Now you know.
Now you know, go sniff some trees.
Sniff some
You
trees.
see it has orange bark, and it's got longer needles. They're all the way up there. And we got here the ponderosa pine cone. Got these kind of cones. The needles come in 5s. I should double check that. This is my college education at work.
All right, I'm gonna sniff it now. It does indeed smell like butterscotch.
You smell it?
Yep. And the first time I ever learned that, we were in Colorado, and
The state forester, like the top guy in the state for forestry, walked by. And so,
it was like her boss's 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 boss.
boss's boss.
And he was excited that she was making me sniff trees.
Yep, I was educating the man here.
And I thought she was full of hooey.
And then he sniffed it.
I sniffed it, so I guess her college degree is not going to waste.
Nope, all that.
Well, plus she's a professional tree hugger, so she's still using it.
Yeah.
My college degree is, on the other hand,
You do art sometimes.
That's true. Well, though, everything I learned in art school can now be learned on YouTube. Literally everything. However, my education degree, I definitely use because I still teach people, just in a different capacity.
Big people, not little people.
Similar attention spans. Now, folks, this is not Colorado. This is indeed New Mexico.
Affordable Colorado.
Affordable Colorado.
So I was online, for love of this old house where they posted houses for sale.
Yep.
There was one here, 550 square feet, $500,000. That's almost $1,000 a square foot.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, folks, we used to live in Colorado, and the last house I owned in Colorado, I bought it like $295. It sold at $550, which blew my mind because it was a 2-bedroom bungalow with a third non-conforming in the basement. It was not very large. So the fact that I owned a $500,000 house when I sold it blew my mind. The sellers I sold it to recently resold it for $985,000, just shy of $1 million, which blows my mind. Christina and I owned a condo that we paid $195,000 for, and we thought we overpaid at $195,000. We did actually overpay at $195,000. It's on the corner of two busy streets in a not so great neighborhood. Shared walls, a little dated, only one bathroom that had the shower, and it was shared with 2 rooms, and the third bedroom would have to walk through a bedroom to get to it. And its most recent value is $365,000. We could not now afford the condo we didn't really like in the first place. So anybody who loves Colorado but you think you can't afford it, or you know you can't afford it, check out New Mexico.
Yep. Dress politics, LGBTQ friendly, and look at this, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. So far, a lot of downtown has not recovered post-COVID, it seems. It's cute though, it could certainly use a revitalization.
What's your name?
Kristina with a K.
Okay, so Kristina.
Yeah, you got it. I like your motto. I haven't done it all, but I've done too much.
Yeah.
How long have you been writing?
Well, that's a loaded question. I had a really strong interest in writing when I was in high school, and earlier than that, really. But I never had really a mentor, and my grammar was just terrible. Mm-hmm. I couldn't diagram a sentence to save my ass. And so I ended up wanting to design golf courses. And
that's very different than writing.
It is. And that's where I went.
Okay.
And from like 1990 to, well, even today I still do a little bit, but I did that work. I had my own company. And then when we moved out here, things didn't go quite as I thought they would with that. And I got a gig with the Las Cruces Sun News writing a weekly golf column.
Fantastic.
Oh.
And I had a lot of interest, and a lot of people told me how much they enjoyed my writing, and then I eventually this thing with the Colonel Fountain and the murders just captivated me from the very time we started. We moved here in 2010, and I just right away I like to know the history of an area, so I picked up a book, and that got me, and then in 2017, I wrote a one-act play for the one-act play festival in Las Cruces, and it was performed.
Wonderful.
And it's like a sequel of the murders.
Oh, wow.
Whereas these are prequels.
Okay.
And that was called It Is Blood, which is directly out of the Rio Grande newspaper at the time.
Oh,
excellent.
very cool.
Yeah, how was that received?
It was received pretty well.
Good.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing playwright type writing. It's
Yeah.
screenplays and stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting because I really like doing dialogue. Mm-hmm. So I try to get a lot of dialogue in my books. I think they really drive plot, and they also are real good for building characters.
Building character,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Getting inside of their personality and
Yeah.
how they handle
Are you a
things.
writer?
I'm not a writer. I am an avid reader.
Oh,
so.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I sign up for my
Yeah, I
newsletter
would
if you
love
would,
to. Yeah.
please.
Thank you.
All right, so though there's not a whole lot happening in downtown Alamogordo, we are so happy that we popped in. So we've already met Mary, who is an amazing author and great storyteller and was so friendly. And then we just met Miss Alice here at the Victoria store. So if you're ever in Alamogordo, definitely stop in here and talk to Miss Alice. She is just so full of history and information, and
So warm and kind.
warm and kind, and just kind of a hoot to talk to. So yeah, seems like our initial thoughts were proven wrong yet again about a downtown area. All right. So met John and Little Man and saw the Scamp Janie. We came back from our kind of day adventure. We went on a hike and did some things today, and then when we came back, we saw a new Scamp was in the area, and as we got closer, I realized, oh my goodness, that's Janie. And so we went over when we saw that John was outside and introduced ourselves and got to meet Little Man. Little Man is the absolute cutest. Chatted with them a bit. John's been on the road, shoot, Christina's going to have to correct me on this, but I think he said 10 years. And he lives in a Scamp and travels around and is living the life. He was super friendly, really enjoyed talking with him. He shared some great tips on some campsites around here, and also some tips on how to get some more YouTube viewers. So we'll see if that pans out. Not that it really matters that much to us. Christina and I started doing this originally just so that our parents were able to watch and enjoy our adventures. And somewhere along the way, we gathered about 500 others of you, maybe 400 and a half. I'm not really sure. So hello to all of you. I'm not sure how you all found us. Leave it in the comments. Let us know how you found us. I'd really be curious to find out. But yeah, met John and Little Man and had a great evening chatting with them. And now we had a beautiful another sunset here at Oliver Lee State Park, and we're heading home in the morning. So it's been a great adventure. Thanks for watching. Recap video for Oliver Lee State Park. I really liked the park. Biggest drawback is not all the sites have shade structures, and even those probably aren't enough to deal with the hot midday. Most of the days we were there was pretty mild weather, which was great, but the last 2 days, definitely the afternoons were hot. So yesterday we escaped to movie theater for the midday. The views are spectacular on all sides, so you really can't get a bad spot there. The spot we were in was number 7, if you want to know, because the scenery was just spectacular. But really, any spot there I think is going to be great. How were the women's bathrooms?
Yep, it's clean. There were showers, which were really nice. Good hot water.
Good hot. All right, yeah. Men's had hot water too. Only 2 shower stalls though. So on 2 occasions I had to wait for someone to finish up because both stalls were being used. But honestly, people are pretty quick, so I didn't wait that long. How many did the women's have?
2,
2, okay.
but I never had to wait.
Nice. But yeah, clean on the men's side too. I think there's only one ranger working. I only saw one guy the whole time. So the ranger station or visitor center was closed every time we walked up to it because he was off doing things at the campground. But we did talk to him at one point, and he was super friendly and told us a little bit about stuff that was going on around. So if you show up and the visitor center is closed, give him a few minutes. I bet he'll show back up. Other than that, yeah, 2 thumbs up for me on that side. I would definitely go back.